Matt, it's April Fool's.
Oh, April Fool's alert.
On a Friday.
On a Friday. Fooled into the weekend, potentially.
All right. Today, could you imagine, you're like, today's not Friday, today's Thursday. Got another day of the week.
Because someone fooled you?
Right? Like, that would be terrible.
You know where I stand on April Fool's, right?
I can imagine, but please indulge.
Okay. Well, I think you deserve a guess first. You know how we like doing guessing games on this show?
I think it annoys you. I think that you don't have the time for it, and people should be mature and grown-ups, and I think you probably think that people who pull April Fool pranks are not in your inner circle.
Okay. My biggest issue with April Fools is that the internet becomes basically worthless.
Okay.
I feel I'm better off just not checking the internet until tomorrow.
For anything, right?
Okay, but I feel comfortable checking like the National Weather Service, for example.
Right.
I don't think they're going to suddenly be like...
Because it's not going to be raining cats and dogs.
Or like, hey, it's going to be 120 degrees today.
Gotcha.
You know, something like that. That's my biggest annoyance with it. The interpersonal April Fool stuff that people do to each other can be, well, I don't want to be fooled, you know? No fun to be fooled. But I find that more acceptable than, you know, so much of the internet that decides to fool people.
Can you think of a good April Fool's that you remember, or
a good one, like
whether being part of the internet or like someone at school or...
No, maybe that's the thing. They're not that memorable and long-lasting. What about you?
Well, in 1997, there was an April Fool's joke on TV between Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak.
Okay.
They swapped places on April Fool's.
Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy at the time, and Pat Sajak, the host of Wheel of Fortune.
Yep.
Switched places.
Yep.
The entire episode?
Yeah.
Do you remember, did you watch that?
No.
No. Okay.
No. I also think when you talk about the internet being worthless, I also think about this. In 1985, David Lee Roth, who was the lead singer of Van Halen, he quit on April Fool's Day. So if that were to happen, like right now, we'd be like, yeah, right, David Lee Roth, he's not quitting Van Halen. Like, oh, it's not April Fool's. It's for real.
I mean, April Fool's has been around for a long time, so maybe some people thought he was fooling.
That's what I'm saying. That we probably were like, no, he's not quitting. Oh, wait. Yeah, he is. Picked a hell of a day to, like, quit the band.
Yes. Yeah, so to be clear, I feel like if I'm searching for something on the internet, I'm searching out something about a specific topic, maybe on Wikipedia, I feel comfortable there. But just as far as following the typical news feeds that I follow, for example, might be trying to fool me. I don't want to be fooled.
Right?
You know what they say, right?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Correct. Or you could go the George W. Bush way and say, oh, no, you're not going to fool me. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're not going to fool me.
There you go.
I think he forgot how the actual phrase went at that point in time. So, all right, well, happy April Fools to you and yours, and watch out. People are looking to fool you.
Yep.
Watch out for banana peels and such. Oh!
Toothpaste in your Oreos.
There he goes. Toothpaste in the Oreo. That sounds horrible.
Cellophane on your toilet seat.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Have you ever heard of any of these things happening to anybody?
Yeah.
People you know?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Toothpaste on the Oreos? Absolutely. I'm around kids all the time, Matt.
You're not supposed to eat the toothpaste. It says right there on the label.
Matt, that's why you do it to people. You give them the Oreos thinking they're getting an Oreo, and they get toothpaste. I don't think anybody actually ingests it because they figure it out. Oh, that's disgusting.
And spit it out.
Yeah.
What if you're one to eat an entire Oreo at once? You know?
I think you're going to taste the toothpaste before you ingest.
You don't think you're just going to swallow the whole thing whole? Okay.
And what happens if you eat toothpaste? Maybe diarrhea. It's fine.
No, I figured you'd probably get sick to your stomach.
Yeah.
But probably not diarrhea. I feel like maybe you'd puke. before you had diarrhea. I don't know. I'm not a intestinal health science. I just play one on the radio.
There you go.
That's a thing, right? Intestinal health scientist.
I think so.
Okay.
Look it up on Wikipedia.
Thanks, Kate. Nah.
Not today, though.
No.
It'll be there.
I trust Wikipedia won't try to fool me today.
I mean, I feel like Wikipedia tries to fool people every day.
Okay. I've been thinking about this recently. When people slam Wikipedia for having wrong things in there, like, oh, Sinbad died.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That it's not Facebook. It's not YouTube. There's far more accurate information in Wikipedia than there is in pretty much all of social media, I'd say.
I don't understand.
Okay. Why not?
Okay. You're saying that I'm saying that Wikipedia is not like the best choice for validating facts, right?
You made like one sentence to that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But you're saying that social media is just as bad as Wikipedia?
No, I'm saying it's worse.
Okay. Okay.
Do you disagree with that?
No, I got it. I wasn't following.
Oh, okay. Yeah, social media is worse than Wikipedia by far. And YouTube as well. Recently I've discovered some of these things I'm seeing on YouTube. I'm like, wait a minute.
Do you think it's apples and oranges because Wikipedia is supposed to be a place where you can get like encyclopedic information? And if people are adding and changing things?
Well, so most Wikipedia pages have editors to them.
Okay.
Who will potentially lock sensitive pages, for example. Like the Chris Rock, Will Smith thing from over the weekend. I'm fairly certain that the moderators were on high alert there that some hijinks might happen. Right?
Okay.
Whereas any old person can be on camera and upload it to YouTube and there's no fact checker. Unless it's egregious and starts causing harm, and then YouTube will finally step in. But there's basically editors involved in Wikipedia, but there's not on people's YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or whatever. So I just wanted to express my confidence in Wikipedia. That's it.
Okay. And I'm probably sure that Wikipedia has come a long way than when it first started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I don't believe you can use Wikipedia, at least in the last 10 years. You can't use at certain schools, I should say. You can't use Wikipedia as a source.
Well, yeah, I agree with that part. But Wikipedia has sources listed, so I do recommend people use Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And you can scroll down to the bottom and then check those sources and then cite those sources directly.
Right.
So I recommend people use Wikipedia, schooling and otherwise, and then just make sure that you're actually citing the original source on the stuff, which is listed right there at the bottom.
There it is.
But not so much in YouTube and Facebook.
Right.
Yeah. I like Wikipedia. What can I say?
You like Wikipedia?
Yeah, I do.
That's what you can say.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So this is all to say that keep your antennae up because people will be trying to fool. It's a reminder that it's April Fool's, and Kate and I vow to not fool the listener, although I don't know, Kate. I don't know about you not fooling me.
I mean, it is April Fool's, Matt. And if you do get fooled, it's okay. You're not the only one.
Oh, I've been fooled.
It's not a personal attack. It's just April Fool's.
You don't think that we should advise people that it's April Fool's and maybe watch out for potential foolish?
Or if you do get fooled, don't get your panties in a bunch. It's April Fool's.
How'd you know I was wearing panties?
I mean, I wasn't saying specifically you, but if you want to volunteer that information.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I mean, what can I say? They're silky.
Yeah, you're apparently saying they're silky. What can I say? They're silky.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
All right. It's April Fool's. Am I fooling or not?
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Yeah, go savor it.
There you go.
Kate, are you sick of hearing about Will Smith and Chris Rock?
I'm tired that is overplaying the big moments that have happened at the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah, like first woman of color, LGBTQ winning the supporting actress, and the first male deaf actor, and the Coda winning best film. Yeah, they should be getting more love than they are getting for these Oscars.
Yeah, I agree, but that would have been earlier this week, right? Because doesn't Oscar chatter typically die down within just a couple of days of the event?
These are pretty big events. You would think that these would be events that would like trickle down more than just 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
But I do think they're being overshadowed by the other event at the Oscars.
Yeah, the biggest complaint I've seen is like, stop talking about it, stupid. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to shut down the discourse.
Which definitely helps the situation for sure.
Yeah. People go, oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll stop doing that. Yeah, so I guess Chris Rock just had his first stand-up performance the other night, first time.
Yeah.
Since the incident.
Mm-hmm.
And this dude in the crowd yelled out at the end of the show, "Nothing about Will Smith. You guys just wasted all your bleeping money." Except
wow.
He didn't say bleeping, though.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't say he. It doesn't say it was a guy necessarily, but I feel fairly confident in saying that.
Did you see what Chris Rock said at his show, though?
Well, he said he had a comedy special written before all of it went down, and that he was still processing it.
Right.
Which I think are reasonable things.
At some point, he'll talk about it.
Yeah, because it was a long show, 75 minutes.
Okay.
It's a long time. Typically, if you've got a special on HBO, or I guess Netflix now might be the main place where comedy specials are happening, it's about an hour, right?
Ish, yeah.
The reviews were good. Saw a couple of good reviews about him. But I love the nothing about Will Smith. You guys just wasted all your bleeping money.
I would think that those people already had their tickets beforehand, though.
I would think so, too.
It was so close to after the Oscars.
Unless you scalped.
Yeah.
Unless you paid a premium there.
Yeah. But I did see that his tour, he's going on tour, and ticket sales are out the roof. Is that the right?
Sure. Close enough.
Selling like hotcakes.
There you go. So many times when these guys are writing comedy specials, they have like a loose idea of what their show is. Maybe they already have an hour. And then they start touring the country to see how it performs in different comedy clubs before they end up potentially shooting an HBO special, for example. And so to expect him to have some hilarious Will Smith content just a few days after it all went down seems like a bit much. Especially to loudly yell out in a theater at the... It says, as an angry audience member exiting the 7:30 p.m. show barked. So I don't know if that means this person walked out or just on the way out after the show ended.
It would have to be at the end because...
Otherwise, you couldn't declare that there was nothing about Will Smith. That's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with him. He already wrote the show, and he kind of was like, at the very beginning, when they welcomed him on stage, he was like, "So, how was your weekend?" Like, that addresses it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also think it's probably good that he did the show he was planning to do. I think eventually he'll talk about it. I mean, he said he would, but I mean, eventually he'll kind of, even if it's not scripted, he might like
right
wiggle some things in there. But
and so now the Academy's been doing their slow investigation about this thing that pretty much everyone saw happen on TV.
Right.
And now words come out that they asked him to leave.
Yeah.
After the incident. And he was like, "No." And stayed there.
Will Smith
was asked to leave the Oscars.
Yes. And I don't know. What do you think that was his tone when he's got Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry and Bradley Cooper trying to calm him down? Or do you think it's like, "No, I'm staying. Not going in"?
I don't know. I mean, we don't know specifically what those guys said. I mean, Will quoted Denzel as saying, "Oh, at your highest, the devil comes for you."
Right.
Which seemed like a bit much. But we don't know what Bradley Cooper or Tyler Perry said.
Right.
You know, maybe Tyler Perry is like, on behalf of the Academy, you should leave. Probably not, but either way. Things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. While we would like to clarify that Mr. Smith was asked to leave the ceremony and refused, we also recognize we could have handled the situation differently. If only they had security, Kate.
Right.
You know? My guess, are they going to have a wall around the next Oscars? A fence with razor wire on it?
Or maybe from the balcony. That's where they'll deliver the jokes, from the balcony.
There you go. Keep your distance. Mr. Rock, we apologize to you for what you experienced on our stage, and thank you for your resilience in that moment. We also apologize to our nominees, guests, and viewers. Yeah, that was pretty impressive. He takes that hard smack to the face, and then he's like, and then presents the Oscar.
Wouldn't you want to have touched your face after that? Be like, ow, that smarts.
I'd have a difficult time moving on and not at least being like, oh yeah, my face.
Yeah.
But he may have just been so stunned that he couldn't feel his face. When he's with you, but he likes it. No?
Maybe.
Okay.
I feel bad for Questlove. They received the Oscar afterwards, and nobody was listening to a word he had to say after that.
I know. I was totally thrown. I immediately opened Twitter and started scrolling. Okay, what happened in here? What was that?
What was that?
The world may never know.
I think that was the common reply. What just happened? What was that?
Yeah. It's a good time. And it was a miracle that I happened to be watching live TV at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the antenna up and everything,
Impressive.
Well, the antenna is always connected, but I actually turned it on and consumed some Oscars, and I was going to fall asleep to it, but nope. Ended up watching the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Wrecking my sleep. How dare you, Will Smith? That's the most offensive part of this entire thing, Kate. Will Smith wrecked my sleep Sunday night.
Definitely more offensive.
Right.
Than everything that went down. Mm-hmm.
Like, I did fall asleep. Let's see. On Tuesday, I fell asleep at 7:15. On Wednesday, I think I fell asleep at 7:30 or something. And I can tell by missed text messages. That's how I can figure out when I fell asleep. So it's like I've done reverse daylight saving.
You were in your bed and fell asleep at 7:15?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be waking up as early as that makes me wake up, but it does feel refreshing, gotta say.
There you go.
Feeling pretty good. Yeah. And to be clear, I was joking about the most offensive thing being me having a lack of sleep. It's a very bad example for the children watching.
Bad.
Mom, can we watch the Oscars? I suppose. Surely there won't be anything offensive happening.
I know.
Pretty good impersonation of a kid and his dad, huh?
That was very realistic, Beave.
Did you briefly think that there was a dad and his son in the room? Where'd that come from?
Ward? Is that you? Yeah.
Ward. God, I love Leave It to Beaver. Thank you for referencing Leave It to Beaver. That makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
God, I should start TiVoing that with my antenna. Only let's be honest, once the Biebs hits puberty, it goes downhill quickly.
Did you say the Biebs?
The Beave. Did I say Biebs?
Okay, I thought you said the Biebs.
I think you're right. Maybe I did.
Are we cross-referencing Beaver and Bieber?
Yeah, well, maybe that's the same situation. I don't know. But Justin eventually, he seems like he's come around.
He got booed in Toronto. No, he got booed in Montreal.
He did?
He got booed in Montreal because he showed up wearing a Toronto Maple Leaf hockey jersey.
Oh.
And he was making fun of Montreal Canadiens. It's like, Justin, come on. You don't have to wear a Maple Leaf, but you can't come out wearing, or you don't have to wear the Canadiens, but don't come out swinging with your Toronto.
You don't have to wear out the Canadiens? I'm so confused.
Yeah, the Canadiens is a team.
Oh, that's the name.
Canadiens.
They're the Montreal Canadiens. Oh. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you don't have to wear out their jersey, but
I see.
I think it's stirring the pot to wear out the Maple Leafs. So he did get them back on his side, saying that Montreal is one of his favorite places in the world. That would have taken a little bit more from me. Be like, whatever, you're wearing the Maple Leafs, get out of here.
Yeah, he's allowed to be a sports fan, don't you think?
He is allowed to be a sports fan, 100%. But you don't go to your rival wearing the other jersey.
This happens at the K. People show up in their Cardinals or their Yankees jersey.
Okay.
We don't like either of those teams.
As in as spectators, they do, Matt. But if you're throwing the first pitch and you come out wearing the Cardinals, what do you think's going to happen?
Is that what Justin did? He threw out the first puck?
He is performing in Montreal.
Oh, and so it wasn't at a hockey game?
No.
Okay.
He's on stage, and he comes out in a Toronto jersey.
That is pretty dumb.
It would be like when there's a concert in Kansas City and they come out wearing a Broncos jersey.
Okay. No, I understand now. Sorry. I got confused because earlier this week, or maybe it was late last week or over the weekend, he was at a Maple Leaf game, and they actually debuted these like warm-up jerseys that they have that if you wear them inside out, it's still the Maple Leaf, but Justin Bieber's Drew branding in there.
Oh, yeah.
So they've got their own Justin Bieber-themed jerseys there. So
in Montreal.
In the Maple Leafs. Where are they?
Okay, Toronto. That's where he's from. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was at that game, too, when they debuted those.
Okay.
And he was in I almost said backstage. What's it called? He was in the locker room. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he goes to do a show in Montreal, and he's still wearing his Maple Leaf jersey, and they're like, what the hey, man?
Maybe he's just trying to conserve water. He doesn't want to wash. Doesn't want to do too many washes.
Yeah, that's definitely Justin Bieber's thing.
That's Justin Bieber's. So. Yeah, that's his brand.
Yeah, that's his brand. Don't shower. Don't do laundry.
Don't shower. I didn't say don't shower.
I know. I did.
He probably does the...
Conserving water means you're not showering, right?
He probably does the sink bath. Maybe.
I think it's probably a spray bottle.
Spray bottle?
Yeah.
Of just water, or do you think...
Yep.
Isopropyl? Oh, just water.
Just water.
Okay. Huh. Now, the isopropyl, that probably dry your skin out too much. You probably don't want to be spraying that all over your body.
No. Just a little bit of water. Conserve.
Mm-hmm. Helpful on a wound. If you have a wound, put some isopropyl on there, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No. We use magic water.
What's that mean?
It's called magic water from Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I wonder what's in that. You should look at the active ingredients. You should study
it doesn't have... Remember when we were kids and you'd have to pour peroxide on it and it'd bubble and it'd sting? It doesn't have that.
Okay.
But it cleans the wound. But there's no like, oh, this is going to sting. No. Doesn't sting.
No more tears.
No more tears.
That's right.
Matt, when's the last time you flipped someone off while you were driving?
I don't want to say. It was too recent.
Really?
For how mature I want to be?
For how much I feel like you've talked trash to me about thumbs-upping people? Maybe not talks trash. I think talks trash was a little bit too much there, but...
Well, I don't know. I think like the sarcastic thumbs up, I'm not sure if that gets the point across. I don't know. It was just
I'm better off flipping them off instead of the thumbs up.
When did you last flip the bird, Kate?
While driving?
Yeah, let's start with while driving, yes.
While driving. I would say probably sometime within the 6 months, but it's really not it has to be bad to flip somebody off.
Same.
Unless I'm flipped off first, then I definitely return the bird.
Yeah, mutually assured. Flip-offs.
But yours is more recent than 6 months?
Yeah, earlier this week, in fact.
6 days?
Yeah, just a few days. Yep. Pretty dumb. Don't do this, by the way. I advise against doing this to any. You never know. That person could be carrying, and they're like, okay, how dare you? And they blow your brains out. You never know.
Were you the first flipper?
Or drive up? Yes.
Yes. Did they flip you back?
No.
No?
I couldn't tell. It was a semi-truck.
Oh, okay.
Which I think, once again, they would win.
Is it possible that they even saw you flip the bird since they're so big and you're so little?
They were trying to make an aggressive merge, and it was at a place where I was like, okay, do I speed up to get past them, or do I aggressively slow down to let them in? And I went past them, and then I got the horn, and then I just instinctively flipped them off.
Okay.
So I think he was behind me by the time. Or she. Be a female truck driver.
So not while you were passing them, but definitely after they could see. Okay.
They probably could have seen it. Or they should have been keeping their eyes on the road because they were doing this difficult merge. So they need to fix that. That merge needs to be fixed anyway.
Gotcha.
Is there some science with what's going on? You bring up flipping off, and I just happen to
Yeah, I mean, no, just randomly. No.
You just could
4 or
sense
5
it.
people.
You've got that look on your face like you recently flipped someone off and you're disappointed in your lack of self-control, Matt.
No.
Not like that.
4 and 5 people think America's driving habits have gotten worse since the pandemic.
Okay.
85% of these drivers say they're a great driver.
Sure.
And also 1 in 5 drivers have given someone the finger in the past year.
1 in 5?
1 in 5.
Eek, that's it.
Yeah.
That's a low number.
See, maybe they're thumbs upping like I am.
Maybe. Is that not listed in there?
That's not listed in there.
Sarcastic thumbs up is not listed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. This is probably correct. I feel like I've seen numbers where they're like, oh yeah, there's fewer people on the road, but somehow more accidents. I feel like I saw that headline like 6 months to a year ago.
It's not so much that I think I'm a great driver as I don't like the way that other people drive. I don't trust other people. So.
Okay. So how would you respond to the survey then?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm an excellent driver. But part of the survey was we just don't trust other drivers. And that's where I'm kind of falling into. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't trust other drivers either. Yeah, defensive driving, right?
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. It's not the other driver. It's not you I'm scared about. It's the other drivers.
Yeah.
Signed, my mom.
Mama Stukes.
Yeah.
It's a greeting card.
Yeah.
Or a crocheted pillow.
You're right. We should make both those products happen.
There you go.
You can fire up Matt and Kate merch store. Still waiting on mass production of the Don't Talk to Me Until I've Had My Matt and Kate coffee mugs, by the way.
Yeah. What's the budget on that one?
Well, I mean, it pays for itself. It pays for itself. I think maybe it's do we want to commit to this guy being here long enough that we're going to put his name on a coffee mug? Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. That's it. But yeah, be careful. Yeah, driving. I feel like I'm a good driver. I feel like I'm a better than average driver. I feel comfortable saying that. Outside of the flipping off, I shouldn't have done that. It's a lapse in judgment.
Meh.
No? You think it was okay?
I do. Especially if it was an aggressive merge. Like, is it a merge? Was he supposed to yield to you?
Yeah.
Then he needs to yield. Team finger on this one.
I feel like I was too indecisive, and I should have sped up really fast to get past. I feel like I needed to speed to get past him. Or slam on the brakes and potentially, well, pardon the expression, take it in the rear from the car behind me, you know? So.
Right.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm always going to pick speed up versus slow down.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You're the one that's like, oh, that person just flew by me at 80 miles an hour. I'm going to ride their coattails because I've got police immunity as the second car speeding. Right?
I mean, it's worked so far.
Okay. Have you seen cops go fly by you and pull over the person ahead of you or not?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So you have no proof.
I haven't been pulled over for following someone who's going 90 miles an hour, though, and neither have they. So right now I'm rocking 100% record.
Okay. Well, this is exciting.
That's my proof.
This is exciting stuff. Eventually you'll find out.
Eventually, yeah.
And so look forward to a future thrilling edition of Matt and Kate.